And police on the island of Abaco investigate a triple shooting. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
The primary reason why we're trying to ensure that what's good for the people in Nassau, Cat Island, Rum Kiosk, and Salvador will be the same, just as good for the people here in Grand Bahama.
It is a story that ZNS News has been following, the ongoing legal dispute involving the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, IRCA, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and the Grand Bahama Power Company. Good evening, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. The government has taken steps to eliminate confusion in the 2024 Electricity Act by removing GBPA as the approving authority for electricity on the island of Grand Bahama, inclusive of the port area. The nation's chief explains that this move is for the benefit of consumers.
We intend to ensure that the delivery of electricity is not inequitable across the country.
The Davis administration has taken a decisive step in clarifying the regulatory landscape for electricity in Grand Bahama. Amid a legal tussle involving IRCA, the GBPA, and the GBPC, the Electricity Act 2024 excludes the Grand Bahama Port Authority from having approving authority. This move aims to clear any confusion about who holds regulatory power on the island of Grand Bahama. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis says the government's intention is to protect consumers, particularly in terms of ensuring fair electricity rates.
And one way of assuring that is to ensure that we have one company authority that's regulating the whole electrical industry.
Meanwhile, IRCA's corporate communication manager, Juan McCartney, asserts that IRCA has been the regulating body for the island of Grand Bahama for nearly a decade. Although a court matter currently prevents them from exercising regulatory authority, they continue to advocate on behalf of consumers.
We still have, like I said, a very good relationship with the Grand Bahama Power Company. So if, for instance, if there are concerns that are raised about power in Grand Bahama and where that should be referred to, etc., we would communicate with the Grand Bahama Power Company, and they've been very responsive. Okay. So it's not an acrimonious relationship. There's just a matter of establishing the proper interpretation of the law as to who is the actual regulator. But according to the Electricity Act and according to IRCA, we are still the regulator. Now, despite GBPA's historical role as the regulator and approving authority for Grand Bahama, Prime Minister Davis reassures that the government is actively addressing the matter, aiming to resolve it for the benefit of the residents.
We're trying to ensure that what's good for the people in Nassau, Cat Island, Rum Kiosk, and Salvador will be the same, just as good for the people here in Grand Bahama.
This follows a series of rate adjustments over the years that have impacted consumers on the island.
That's another matter we're looking into.
Meanwhile, residents on the island are growing increasingly frustrated with frequent power outages. While the Grand Bahama Power Company strives to maintain service reliability, residents are beginning to doubt the consistency of their power supply. Today, our Raven Davis speaks with the COO to address these concerns.
As the days get hotter, power outages have also become more frequent, leaving many Grand Bahamians frustrated. That is mainly because the Grand Bahama Power Company's largest unit in its fleet here at the Peel Street plant is presently out of service.
We are a bit challenged because 33 is the largest of the fleet, and so what 33 does is provide a buffer. It provides more stability to the system, more redundancy to the system.
Maintenance and repairs are underway on that unit to bring it back online in the coming weeks and to keep the others operational.
What the team is comprised of is a asset integrity team that takes a deep dive into understanding what are some of the things that can cause these units to experience a forced outage. We have a team that is committed to conducting the planned maintenance outages and the corrective maintenance repairs needed to ensure that we're able to reduce the frequency of outages.
On Saturday, a lightning strike caused an island-wide outage and widespread outrage. One user wrote on Facebook, "Black Saturday," and another writing, "We're impacted again. Help." But what happens when there is no lightning, but the power still goes out?
One of the tools the business has also invested in is weather software and data that's able to give us cloud-to-ground lightning activity anytime there's lightning in the surrounding area, because it poses a safety risk to our crews that are in the field working. And so while the lightning may not be visible to the naked eye, there is sometimes activity of cloud-to-ground lightning that can impact the business.
Amid these outages, customers are also concerned about potential damage to their appliances. The COO says they can file damage claims.
We want to encourage customers to visit our gbpower.com website, and then there's a link there for damage claims. Fill that form out, submit it, and it's about 6 weeks process, and then we'll be able to provide recompense as warranted.
Now, Mullings acknowledges that residents depend on the power company for safe and reliable power and assures that the team is dedicated to doing just that, also keeping the community informed through regular social media updates. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. In other news, from a tropical depression to a major hurricane in less than 48 hours, Hurricane Beryl prompting hurricane warnings for islands across the Caribbean. As Matthew Martinborough tells us, officials from the Bahamas Met Office assure that the Bahamas is clear of the projected path, yet urge residents to remain prepared.
All eyes are on the tropics as weather officials are actively monitoring the first hurricane forming in the Atlantic for the 2024 hurricane season. There is good news. Chief meteorologist with the Bahamas Met Department, Trinard Tynes, reports that the Bahamas is in the clear.
It's anticipated to continue on the westward track. We're looking forward to be at its closest to the Bahamas. If you want to say that's as close as about 600, almost 700 miles to the south of us. When it gets closer to the Cayman Islands, that's the closest it's going to get to us.
The senior Met officer explains that marine environmental circumstances are the main catalysts behind the expectation of a dynamic storm season. This as he urges residents to be prepared.
This year prediction, we're looking at 23 named storms. Out of the 23 named storms, you're looking at about 11 to 13 of them becoming a hurricane, and looking at about 7 to 8 of them becoming major.
Tynes also notes that although storms have predicted paths, they are prone to deviate from their assumed routes, similar to disturbances in recent memory, like Hurricanes Francis and Jean in 2004 and Hurricane Dorian in 2019.
We've even seen storms that made and came through us actually was moving in the Caribbean Sea and made a sharp 90-degree turn and come towards our direction.
The Department of Meteorology encourages the public to stay notified with updates via verified sources such as their Facebook page at Bahamas Meteorology or contact by their phone line at 351-2019 or email at freeportmet@gmail.com. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Well, in news from the crime beat, police on the island of Abaco are questioning a 23-year-old male and a 30-year-old female in connection with a triple shooting incident that has left 3 people injured. According to a police report, the incident occurred shortly after 1 a.m. on Monday, July 2024 at a nightclub on SC Boodle Highway. Chief Superintendent of Police on Abaco, Will Hart, provides an update on the condition of the victims.
Presently, 2 of the victims were flown into the hospital for further medical condition. As far as when they left, the injuries were the condition was serious and death. I can't say exactly where they are now, but up to the point that we were contacted. All victims are still alive, but in serious and critical condition.
Abaco's Chief Superintendent assuring residents that their safety is of their concern and that police are on constant patrol.
I assure the members of the public that the police are doing its best to routine patrol, stop and search, and to attack prolific offenders as we check what's what.
Gombe Summer Festival kicks off this week. Stay tuned. We'll tell you all about it when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Jolly Madison Home Center is gearing up for the Bahamas' 51st Independence Celebration with explosive store-wide 25% off savings. It all happens this Friday and Saturday. From Ace Hardware and Houseware, Whirlpool and GE Appliances, plumbing and electrical supply, gardening tools, hurricane supplies, and electronics. Absolutely everything in all departments, including the plant nursery, will be on sale. Spend $100 or more and be eligible to win a mystery appliance this Friday and Saturday at Jolly Madison store-wide free Independence Sale.
Get ready for the Bottle in the Bahamas karaoke contest at Port Lakaya Market Square. Preliminary trials are July 19th at 7 p.m. and the main event is July 26th at 7:30 p.m. For more information, call 438-9056.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
Psst. Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Cocta termites forma salis, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It's one of the most anticipated times of the year for locals and tourists alike. The Ministry of Tourism is gearing up to host their annual Gombe Summer Festival with music, food, family, and fun at Teno Beach every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Nuvolari Chatuzing, the general manager for the Ministry of Tourism, says this year is going to be great.
It'll be a wonderful event, as always, of course. We welcome everybody to come out this coming Thursday. We have a wonderful variety of vendors out here and also entertainment. We're going to have some of the old and some of the new. Also the staple dishes and some very delectable dishes that you haven't tried before that I'm sure you will have a delight in taking in.
The Ministry of Tourism partnering with various corporate entities such as Carnival Cruise Lines, the Grand Bahama Power Company, Lusco, BTC, and the Ministry of Grand Bahama to make this summer festival a successful one.
Gombe shows the best of Bahamian culture, heritage, and artistry. Carnival has a very long-standing relationship with the Bahamas that's only been deepened by our recent $600 million investment in our celebration key destination. So it only makes sense that we're partnering here today.
We're so proud to come on board with the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism for this staple event. We at Lusco, we're all about community engagement.
This Summer Gombe Festival, we're just so excited to be a part of this. We are here to promote all things Grand Bahama.
We eagerly anticipate the launch of this event this coming Thursday and for the next couple of weeks.
The Ministry for Grand Bahama is just really excited and proud to partner with Summer Gombe Festival for this Grand Rush. We cannot wait to see what happens.
We want to encourage all within the community to come out each and every Thursday and support these events, as what it does for us is boost our economy and support our small businesses.
Sounds like fun. Well, Bahamian and Turks Island music artists coming together over the weekend for the Come Go With Me Best of the Best concert in Turks and Caicos. With a massive turnout and show-stopping performances, this event highlighted the deep cultural ties and mutual appreciation between the two islands. Our Aja Quant was there and captured all the excitement.
Sounds of joyful cheers, rhythmic beats, and the harmonious blend of two beautiful cultures coming together at the Come Go With Me Best of the Best concert in Turks and Caicos. Bahamians and Turks Islanders showing out in large numbers. Meanwhile, electrifying performances bringing the house down. Bahamian artists Nishi Ellis and Wilfred Solomon expressing their gratitude for the overwhelming hospitality they received.
It's an excellent experience, and it's a good feeling to know that our hard work and our investments into the culture, into the music, is being appreciated, it's being recognized.
The reception is so beautiful. The people are so nice, and I mean, all I could hear is Andrews Island, talking fool is in town. And it's a pleasure to be because the people are very nice.
Adding to the excitement, beloved artist Veronica Bishop sharing her thoughts on the mutual appreciation both countries have for each other's music.
We recognize you over there, and you all recognize us over here. So I know they know my song from back to front, and we know theirs from back to front too. I love them.
In the midst of this musical extravaganza, culinary ambassador Chef Nick highlights the rich cultural exchange.
We love the Bahamas. The Bahamas loves us. Our food is similar. Our music is similar. Our dances are similar. The way we talk, the way we act, our culture in the whole is similar. So I think this event will foster more and more events like this throughout the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos for us to come together and unite more as one.
And even Bahamas Air playing a crucial role in making this event a success, providing additional flights to accommodate the surge of Bahamians eager to attend the concert.
It's a natural fit for Bahamas Air to provide air transportation wherever it's needed, not just at an event like this, but throughout the entire Caribbean. We're used for Carifta to transport the athletes back and forth. And again, we're here in Turks Island, making sure that we provide a comfortable, safe, reliable air transportation to Turks Island to come and celebrate the festivities of this Heritage Weekend.
Now, the concert was the grand finale of the three-day event, a weekend both Bahamians and Turks Islanders say they are looking forward to every year from now on. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Looks like we missed a great show. Well, that's a look at stories making news. Jay, tell us what's coming up in sports.
Well, Ramiko, coming up in sports, a major showdown between Team Bahamas and Team Jamaica in rugby. Don't go away. Sports is right next after this break.
The Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinary.
Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with VAT. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is a blend for all of you.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation clubs, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. With GBCCU 352-4139.
Liquid means forward. Rewind. So my selector, reload your carbine and rewind. Chinese laundry. That's right, it's about to go down. We go back to the ballroom. Reunion 2. Time something come back again. If you missed the first party, this one you don't wanna miss. That's right, Friday, July 5th, it's going down in a major way. We're going back to the ballroom, the biggest all-school party ever. You know, I always tell you guys, you got to pick a side. You got Team Fluid Factory, they go with Taurus Riley. And you got Team Rhythm, we going with Ja Cure. Take my love to show you. So you got to pick a side. This July 5th, we back in the ballroom, the Reunion 2. This one's hosted by Mighty Pencil. We'll be playing music from the 70s, 80s,
Sometime a man forget.
and 90s. All genres of music. So come on early and prepare to have some fun. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Tickets now on sale at Fluid Factory, Queens Highway. So this is a party you don't want to miss. I'm telling you, get your tickets now. This event is sponsored by BTCJ, GB Wine and Spirits, Essentials Convenience Store, Rhythm 1027, and Fluid Factory.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. It was a busy weekend in sports with swimming, but let's begin with a major matchup in rugby. The fans came out by the dozens to witness the matchup between Team Bahamas and Team Jamaica at the Rugby America's North Men's Caribbean Cup. Team Bahamas got off to a slow start, trailing 22-11 at the end of the first half. The second half saw a little bit more push, but Team Jamaica was a bit too much, winning this match 48-14.
I think we had a very strong game. Bahama did come into the game, and it was a back and forth for a while, but we persevered, we kept structure, and we just broke them down. And then from that, I think Bahamas became disheartened, and it was easier for us to go forward and keep scoring.
They put on a real game there. That first half especially, we were under the pump. We were ill-disciplined at times, didn't resource the breakdown well enough, and we were made to pay in terms of territory and pressure. Our defence stood pretty firm, though, in that first half, which I was really pleased about. And ultimately, we managed to get over the line in style in the end.
Now for Team Bahamas, while it was not a win, it was a good showing according to team captain Duron and coach Thompson.
They put 100% into what we got. All of us put our all into it. We've been practicing now for a little while. We gotten better. I mean, unfortunately, we lost the game, but I feel like one more game and, we probably get it all together, give everyone a better show.
This journey started for us about 12 weeks ago. We started working together, Freeport and Nassau players, guys in Freeport working together, guys in Nassau working together. We've had a couple of camps in Nassau, guys that come down from Freeport, guys that put a lot of effort and time into this, and I thought today actually showed in the result that we had. It wasn't a win. We would like to have had the win. That would have been the ultimate result. But it's all about process and progress for us.
Next in sports, the Goodwill Games is scheduled for August 16th through the 18th in St. Lucia. Noah Knowles from Alpha Aquatics will be competing in the 13-14 boys age group.
For Goodwill Games, I'm going to be working on specifically, I have to work on another stroke because I know I'll be swimming backstroke at Goodwill and I don't usually swim it, so I'll definitely be preparing for backstroke.
Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
It's now time for a check on your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
We now turn to our Health is Wealth Monday tip.
Dr. Tamara Moss, here with some essential water safety tips for children. Children should have constant supervision when they are in or near the water. Avoid distractions like alcohol, phone calls, or reading. Have them learn to swim by enrolling them in swimming lessons as early as possible. Teach water safety and establish ground rules for playing in the water. Explain the importance of never swimming alone or without an adult, and warn them of the dangers of running near pools. Ensure children wear properly fitted life jackets when in or near open water, boats, or docks. Learn CPR. Early intervention can save a life. I'm Dr. Tamara Moss, and remember, your kids' health is their wealth.
Stay with us, our Facebook friend of the night, when we come back.
We all need to save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Welcome to Bellevue Business Depot, your ultimate destination for all your office and lifestyle needs. From top quality furniture to essential office supplies, copy paper, ink, and school essentials, we've got you covered. Visit our cafe for delicious coffee, Bahamian patties, hot dogs, nachos, and more. Our business center offers copies, emails, scans, prints, business cards, and even assistance with event programs and drawings. Trust our reliable Western Union service for sending money worldwide. Don't forget the balloons for that extra touch of magic for your celebration. Check out our range of printers and electronics for all your tech needs. Visit Bellevue Business Depot today, your one-stop shop for all your needs and more. Open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bellevue Business Depot, where convenience meets quality.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Giovanni Hepburn, a former intern of ours, you are the Facebook friend of the night. We hope that you are doing well. We also want to wish a special happy belated birthday to Pearline Forbes, an avid viewer in 8 Mile Rock. We appreciate you. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, a so-called primitive health bill repealed and replaced
as the government looks to pull in more from the rapidly growing field of medical tourism. Today, the start of the government's agenda to change the status quo as the new fiscal year kicks in. Plus, Bahamians in Grenada, Barbados, and at last report Jamaica marked safe as Cat 4 Hurricane Beryl roars through the Caribbean. And in sports, new flag football champion crowned. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Thanks for tuning in. The Bahamas moving to update and advance its stem cell legislation, in the process opening the door for cutting-edge regenerative medicine and cancer gene research locally. The Minister of Health and Wellness today touting the regulatory framework as one that will establish firm clinical protocols to ensure research is done safely and ethically, while also leading to deeper research into local holistic medicine. And all this with the aim of patenting them and making them available on the international market. Cleopatra Murphy takes it from here.
With the global wellness industry valued at an estimated $400 billion annually and projected to increase to trillions in 2025, the Bahamas is moving to get a greater piece of the medical tourism pie, with Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, tabling the Longevity and Regenerative Therapies Bill 2024 in the House of Assembly Monday. It will repeal and build on the 2013 Stem Cell Act and lead to the establishment of the Longevity and Regenerative Therapy Board that will encourage the advancement of medical tourism in the fields of regeneration, longevity, cell therapy, gene therapies, cancer therapies, and immunological therapies.
The 7-member board will also develop incentives to attract top-tier biotech companies to operate in the Bahamas, thereby bringing new high-paying jobs and opportunities for our people and strengthening our local economy by way of medical tourism. Critically, the board will ensure that the stem cell therapies, gene therapies, and other promising regenerative therapies are accessible in the Bahamas and properly monitored and become available to Bahamians.
Seconding the bill was Member of Parliament for Golden Gates, the Honourable Pia Glover-Roll, who maintains the legislation will also establish a code of ethics prohibiting therapies and research where there are ethical and moral concerns, like altering living human embryos and performing therapy without a patient's consent.
All service providers must be fully licensed and operating according to best practices. Where there is a determination made that there are violations of health and safety standards, the minister will have the power to suspend operations of these facilities to protect the public. This bill also establishes the liability and accountability for failing to comply with the provisions of this act, which will now be classified as an offense.
Member of Parliament for St. Anne's, Adrian White, though, urged caution moving forward, pointing out that under the 2013 Stem Cell Act, a now shut-down Collins Avenue business imported foreign tissue samples from Ukraine and sold injections to those desperately seeking a cure for $25,000.
We have a very reputable medical field in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and we must, in all cases, ensure that we protect the reputation not only of our doctors, but of the medicine practiced in this region.
Minister Darville defended the country's decades in the regenerative stem cell therapies and gene cell therapies industry, crediting the Bahamas' strong reputation and declaring the legislation will update the existing regulatory framework, adding that he has consulted with scientists that are experts in the field. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, jobs, education opportunities, economic growth. The government sees a whole lot of positives coming out of the Longevity and Regenerative Therapies Bill. Proposed legislation that, as you just heard, pushes the Bahamas at the fore of pioneering therapies. Desmond Saunders has more.
Well, good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. Building on his health minister's contribution, Prime Minister Davis stressed that a National Longevity and Regenerative Therapy Board and Ethics Review Committee will work in tandem to provide vigorous oversight and ensure all services are conducted with the highest levels of professionalism, safety, and ethical integrity.
Patient safety is another critical aspect that the Ethics Committee will oversee. The committee will establish and enforce stringent safety protocols to minimize risk and ensure that all treatments meet the highest standards of medical practice. Regular monitoring and evaluation of ongoing therapies will be conducted to promptly address any issues that may arise, thereby maintaining the highest level of patient care. By embedding these ethical considerations into the foundation of our regulatory framework, we aim to build a healthcare system that is not only innovative, but also trustworthy.
Deeper into the tourism and investment implications of the proposed legislation was the man at the fore of that very ministry, an excited Chester Cooper who sees a bill as a platform for the further evolution of the tourism brand. Citing lifestyle changes, Minister Cooper stressed the need for people to now travel to destinations and stay in facilities that are human-centered and support well-being, health, and happiness.
Research shows that 85% of our health and wellness outcomes are dictated by our environment, and this includes physical environment. People everywhere are becoming increasingly aware of this fact globally. And the data also shows that for customers, improving my health and saving me money ranks in that order. Improving my health ranks ahead of saving me money, Madam Speaker. The Global Wealth, and that's scientific base. The Global Wellness Institute 2022 report estimates wellness tourism to be a $651 billion industry. The wellness real estate industry, which sits within the wellness tourism ecosystem, is estimated as a $387 billion economy.
Well, to ensure the policy remains current and effective, it is the government's plan to have it reviewed biannually. According to the Prime Minister, this regular review process will allow them to incorporate the latest scientific advancements, technological innovations, and emerging ethical considerations. Makushla, back to you.
Well, thanks, Desmond. Well, during his contribution this afternoon, Killarney MP, former Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, called on the Prime Minister to stop the planned construction of the new specialty hospital set for New Providence Highway. Dr. Minnis reasons that the country could build 2 or 3 new wings at Princess Margaret Hospital, with the proposed $290 million facility being funded by the China Export-Import Bank, while again questioning how many Chinese workers will be involved in construction. Furthermore, he claims officials have to address problems that are impacting delayed care, like staff and equipment shortages, noting that 30 nurses are needed for the 7 theaters to function, but there are only 12.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of work permits and jobs are going to go to Chinese for a number of years. These are jobs that could be done by Bahamians, as the bulk of the salaries for these workers will be paid in China. These tens of millions of dollars will never circulate in our economy. And this policy to allow so many foreign workers is the ultimate opposite of Bahamian first. This policy by the PLP, foreigners first and Bahamian last.
Well, Health and Wellness Minister, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, responded with this.
The Bahamian people can rest assured that a lot of support will be given to local contractors. I do disagree with the 90-10% that the leader of the Contractors Association has said. And in due time, we would reveal the ratio of Chinese versus Bahamian workers, and we're excited to do so. As far as the hospital is concerned, yes, there was a proposal to expand around the Princess Margaret Hospital, but the hospital is deteriorating. The critical care block is gold standard, but when you move beyond the critical care block, we have major challenges.
Well, Category 4 Hurricane Beryl continuing to barrel across the southern Caribbean Sea after battering the Windward Islands. The storm forcing the postponement of the 47th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government that was slated for Grenada July 3rd through the 5th. The minister, who was updating House members on the Bahamian delegation who had already departed the Bahamas, noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados and Grenada have already been impacted, with Barbados relatively unscathed.
The heads of government meeting was supposed to take place beginning tomorrow in Grenada. And the foreign affairs team had gone in advance of both the Prime Minister and myself yesterday. And as soon as they landed, the decision was taken to cancel the meeting, but there was no way to get them out. We tried by private charter. The airport is closed until Tuesday morning, they expect. So our Director General and 2 Foreign Service officers are in Grenada, and as far as we're aware, up to about an hour or so ago, they were all safe.
Now, with the storm possibly set to make landfall in Jamaica, Minister Mitchell went on to address the safety of students there.
Honorary Consul there, Alveda Knight, has been in touch with the students who are there in Jamaica and has urged them, as we've urged everybody, to take the advice of the local officials with regard to it. We may have to supply them with, there's a request from them for some equipment, I think flashlights or something when the power goes down. But everyone, insofar as we're aware in Jamaica, is safe, and we're taking the appropriate precautions with respect to being in touch with them. We'll watch events as they unfold, and if necessary, take whatever emergency measures are necessary to ensure that those students and Bahamians in Jamaica are safe.
Still to come, NIB increase in effect. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Focall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Some things that are undeniably Bahamian: a good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Finger-licking good.
When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the Out Islands.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Did you know you can pay your bills on the Cash and Go app?
For real?
Transfer funds internationally, right from the Cash and Go app.
See, Dad? I told you.
Did you know that you can apply for a loan right on the Cash and Go app?
No way!
Pay staff right from the Cash and Go app.
Well, mother.
It's the app for me.
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 Happy Independence Bahamas! Let's celebrate 50+1 together with a unique Janae's Uniform Center Independence print, dry fit polo on t-shirts, ribbons and polos in black, gold, and aquamarine. Janae's special family package includes buy 2 adults and 3 children Independence polos or t-shirts and get 15% off. Outfit your staff for a special Independence dress of week or day with a different design. For more than 30 pieces of Janae's Independence polos or t-shirts, get up to 25% discount. Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road Independence Selections. Choose your favorite and celebrate 50+1.
What are we gonna do? We forgot your daddy's birthday. He's in Eleuthera and we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right.
Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
Bam! I got him! Cinema classic, y'all.
Girl, you see him? You see him?
Oh, that's my dream man right there. Listen, the only man I just dream about is Percy. Him and his pension plan just keep me smiling in my sleep. That's right. Percy get a pension plan where you could win up to $1,000 a week for a year. Can you lie? No, ma'am. Every time you deposit $20 on your verified Island Game account during July and August, you automatically enter to win one of 13 pensions. God, Percy is my dream man. Look at that. Look at that. Woo-hoo.
Did somebody say Percy?
Oh,
on your account and ride the easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Today marking the start of the Davis administration's push to change the status quo with help from the 2024-2025 fiscal plan as passed in both houses of Parliament and approved by the Governor General. The government projects collecting some $3.54 billion in revenue over the next 12 months, alongside spending $3.61 billion in expenditure, and this with the expectation of the 2024-2025 budget deficit sitting at $72.8 million, with a surplus of over $500,000. The fiscal year runs from July 1st to June 30th. Today, also the start of the much talked about increase to national insurance contribution of 1.5% to be shared between the employer and the employee. Employee contributions then will jump from 3.9% to 4.65%, and employers from 5.9% to 6.65%. Now, the increase is key to the National Insurance Fund remaining viable. In fact, NIB's 11th actuarial report has warned the fund could be insolvent by 2028 if action is not taken. Government officials have stressed that an increase will take place every 2 years until 2044. Meantime, a new government-led equity rate adjustment also slated to kick in today for Bahamas Power and Light's residential consumers. Energy and Transport Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, touts the adjustment as creating a more equitable balance to the current tariff structure while encouraging energy conservation. Now, here's how it works. The base rate tariff for residential consumers' first 0 to 200 kilowatt hours will be reduced to 0. The commercial base tariff will drop slightly from 15 cents to 14.5 cents, and the temporary supply-based tariff, which particularly affects the Family Islands, will drop from 16.38 cents to 15 cents. While residents, though, will still have to pay for the fuel charge for every unit consumed. Well, the High Court also claiming a right to July 1st with the swearing in of its newest president, Justice John Isaacs. Friends and colleagues gathered at the office of the Governor General this morning as Justice Isaacs received his instrument of appointment. After taking the oath of allegiance and the judicial oath, the new Court of Appeal head thanked his relatives, friends, and all those who supported him on his judicial journey. He also promised to leave a legacy that benefits the justice system. Justice Isaacs was appointed to the Court of Appeal in October 2014. His stint as Court of Appeal president, however, will be short-lived as he will reach the mandatory retirement age of 70 next January. Tonight, one of the country's largest grocers is meantime hoping surveillance footage and a video that's now gone viral will lead to the arrest of the suspects who targeted one of its locations, leaving thousands of dollars in damage. Corvell Pyfrom is on the story.
For the second time in a matter of days, thieves going to extreme measures and unusual methods in hopes of scoring a big win. This time, SuperValue's Golden Gates location, their latest target. SuperValue President Deborah Simonet says it happened early Monday.
They used a vehicle that I guess it was specially accessorized to break into the store by crashing into the walls. And we have concluded that it was to gain access to the ATM that we have in that particular section of the store.
SuperValue officials tell us that they're not completely surprised by this act. They're a bit more stunned at the methodology used. Thieves using a vehicle of some sort to tear a chunk of the building's wall off, all to get at this ATM machine. Well, it is still here today, but in the path of all of this, there's a costly trail of destruction. This latest incident comes days after another now viral video emerged of thieves carrying out a similar assault on a Bank of the Bahamas ATM machine. There's no telling yet whether this may be the work of the same culprits.
People are desperate and they're taking desperate measures.
The incident sparking outrage similar to what you hear from the man in this video.
We got to do something with these young men in this country, man. They did that to try to get the ATM machine what they got inside there. Look at that.
Meanwhile, in the store, customers and staffers went about business as usual, even while a gaping hole now covered with tarp serves as a reminder of this brazen and daring attempt. Assistant store manager Christopher Mackey says customers seem to be taking it all in stride.
They're shocked as well, but they're just glad they could still come in and shop and still find what they need to find as they go amongst their day.
A big breaking open in SuperValue. I say, what? So I take my own time and come around to see. And when I reach, I see the whole place break open. Oh, my God, that's bad.
I guess, boy, if you can find that set of people, just punish them. Yeah. Punish them severely.
Meanwhile, police are asking for anyone with information that can lead to the arrest of the culprits behind these incidents to come forward. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
Well, thanks, Corvell. After a major disruption left eastern New Providence residents without running water for nearly 24 hours this past weekend, Water and Sewage General Manager Robert Deal says they're investigating the cause of the recurrent system failure. Deal confirming that the disruption was a result of a faulty transmission main.
Failure today, so it is concerning, and what we will be doing is commissioning a proper study to have this entire main reviewed, determine exactly what is the cause of these failures on this, what is the relatively new main, and what further steps we may need to take.
Well, residents also expressing concerns about roadworks in the area. Ministry of Works Assistant Engineer Dion Monroe says once the issues are fixed by Water and Sewage, they will begin their phase 1 of road construction.
Our main concern right now, this is one of our main corridors. We look to repave this area. Then we look at any other remedial works, such as sidewalks and the like. But it's going to be probably nighttime, so it won't be disruptive to traffic.
Well, comforting days and sweet nights, the mantra of one local hotel. And in this special feature by our Anthea Ferguson, we get an exclusive look at the Paradise Island property's updated and modernized features.
Refurbished, renewed, and refreshed, Comfort Suites is unveiling its brand new slate of renovated rooms. I got a personal tour, but you're invited, so let's see what's new.
It's a family-friendly gem located in the heart of Paradise Island. Comfort Suites has for years been a favorite to both locals and tourists who bask in its proximity to some of the island's biggest attractions. And now, after a massive renovation project, their 223 rooms have all gotten a facelift. The hotel's assistant director of sales, Lakeisha Benaby, says they did a lot more than add new furniture like darker headboards, new sofas, nightstands, and dressers.
We upgraded our Wi-Fi, we upgraded our lock system, we renovated our pool. So every time you come, we want to have a refurbished, renewed product for our clientele.
Tamiko Bethel, senior sales rep, says these projects are underway to ensure that they do in fact provide the comfort that's their name.
Anything what our guests are saying to us to make their stay more comfortable, our aim is to ensure that it's done.
After my room tour, I was swept off for a brunch date of sorts with sales director Yasmin Mills-Strawn.
So Yasmin, we're here at Crusoe's restaurant where you're enticing us to chase the flavors.
Taste the flavors, taste them all.
Talk to me about this space. I know you also did some renovations here as well.
So we have a full bar offering here at our Crusoe's restaurant. There's a daily happy hour, all the tropical drinks that you can imagine, frozen specialties. What's sitting here in the front of you is a Crusoe specialty. It's a refreshing mango lemonade.
Our first course was another Crusoe's specialty, the seafood trio with conky conch fritters, fresh conch salad, and Cajun shrimp. For our entree, Yasmin opted for the smothered Nassau grouper that's accompanied by peas and rice and coleslaw. And for me, I got the duo of rack of lamb and shrimp in the most delicious cranberry jus.
You do not need to be a registered guest in order to enjoy our Crusoe's restaurant. Reservations are recommended for parties of 8 or more.
And Comfort Suites wants you to enjoy these new amenities and their expansive menu too. They've partnered with us for a Beat the Heat staycation.
This promotion is for the entire month of July, and we're actually having 2 lucky winners. One will get a 3-night stay, and one will get a 2-night stay. Added perk of staying at Comfort Suites Paradise Island is that the kids stay, play, and eat. So it's free for the entire duration of their stay.
If you want to enter for a chance to win, listen to 50 and 40 AM and 104.5 FM for all the details.
It does appear as if though Comfort Suites is here on a mission to deliver you comforting days and sweet nights. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Thea Ferguson.
Well, we still have more news to come, but Amajan Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports. Amo?
Coming up in sports, the BBF officially naming the 12-man roster for the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, and the Bahamas flag football holding its championships at the Winton Rugby pitch. Details of those stories and more coming up in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, highlighted the importance of training the nation's next generation of business leaders and entrepreneurs at an event for the Tourism Development Corporation Generation Impact Program.
So when we talk about Generation Impact, we're talking about how we can change the world, and how we can get your participation in helping us to change the world. How we can get your participation in helping us to change the Bahamas. How we can get you involved in helping people all across the Bahamas, young and old, to aspire to become owners and to become the bosses rather than become just the workers. How to inspire Bahamians all across the length and breadth of the Bahamas to create wealth rather than simply having a job. And if we are able to make that type of impact, we will change generations to come. It is still important that we serve, but it's more important that we own And this is why the Tourism Development Corporation is on a mission, starting with you, to ensure that you get entrepreneurship in the blood very early. Coming from Generation Impact, we can do some big things, and we can make some big entrepreneurs as a result of this program.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I right here on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Atlantic Medical and Life. Good like that.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The government's urban renewal program making another upgrade to its operations. Lloyd Allen joins us live from Salem Union Baptist Church with the details. Good evening, Lloyd.
Because tonight, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal is launching its Citizen Advisory Committee. Now, this is a comprehensive initiative, including a number of persons from across the country. And shedding a little bit more light on this is the Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell. Minister, talk to us about tonight's launch.
The idea and the object is to ensure that we launch these commissions to ensure that the community take responsibility for what happens within the community. And so the idea is to bring different persons from different walks of life And so we have pastors, we have the preachers, we have the teachers, we have the social workers, we have the ordinary people within the community, and that is to ensure that all of the stakeholders are involved in this initiative. The idea is to ensure that there is cohesion in everything that we do and everything that we seek to do in the community, but more importantly, that the community take responsibility for its own development.
And one final question, of course, as you said, this is a comprehensive list of persons across the sector of society. Many of those are obviously knowing and being in contact with many of their community members as well.
Yes. Well, these are community leaders. These are the elderly, the young, persons who live in the community. They eat, breathe, and obviously they sleep in the community. And so the idea is to ensure that persons, you don't have government entities coming in, and when we finish, we go out. So the services, the people, everyone stay within the community to ensure that we reduce crime, to ensure that we address all of the social ills, the outside toilets, and so we can eliminate all of the myriad of social ills and issues that the community face. And that's what the idea is. This is just the first of many launch. From here, we go to Grand Bahama, Abaco, and all of the family islands to ensure that each community has members within that community to take responsibility for the development of that community.
Well, Makusha, of course, more details on this launch as it happens here right now. Reporting from Salem Church, Lloyd Allen, back to you in studio.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. Back here, advocates for the rights of the disabled given high honors during an award ceremony at the Paul Farquharson Community Center, East Street, on Sunday. The Disability Icon Awards culminating a series of activities in recognition of Disability Empowerment Month.
As a person with disability, it takes you sometimes 3 times the amount of effort to be able to accomplish what others have accomplished, those without disabilities, as well as the advocates and supporters. It takes a lot to stand up in the face and advocate, especially when persons park in our spaces, and not want to acknowledge the importance of making those spaces available for persons with disabilities. So advocates in those areas and others, we always want to pay homage to them, as well as to encourage them to continue advocating for the rights of persons with disabilities.
Former Cabinet Minister Algernon Allen singled out for championing the cause of the physically challenged in Parliament. Wife of the Prime Minister, Anne Marie Davis, presenting awards for Special Olympics Athlete of the Year, Special Needs Educator of the Year, and Disability Media and Parent Advocate of the Year.
My aunt suffered a double amputation due to diabetes later on in her life, so it became even more important to me then because it hit home. And she got fired up and she got into the activism of it, and she rounded up a whole crew of wheelchair riders. Hey, you're taking up our spaces, we got to make noise about it. So I'm continuing their fight.
So I have a son with Down syndrome, so I understand when people have disabilities and stuff. And because of him, it forces me to work harder, because I know what it is to not be able to get what you need for them in our society. So I fight for all persons with Down syndrome in the Bahamas.
Well, on a lighter note, Bahamian and Turks Island music artists came together this weekend for the Come Go With Me Best of the Best concert in TCI. With a massive turnout and show-stopping performances, this event highlighted the deep cultural ties and mutual appreciation the two islands share. Our Azure Quant was there.
Sounds of joyful cheers, rhythmic beats, and the harmonious blend of two beautiful cultures coming together at the Come Go With Me Best of the Best concert in Turks and Caicos. Bahamians and Turks Islanders showing out in large numbers. Meanwhile, electrifying performances bringing the house down. Bahamian artists Nishi Ellis and Wilfred Solomon expressing their gratitude for the overwhelming hospitality they received.
It's an excellent experience, and it's a good feeling to know that our hard work and our investments into the culture, into the music, is being appreciated, it's being recognized.
The reception is so beautiful. The people are so nice, and I mean, all I could hear is Andrews Island, talking fool is in town. And it's a pleasure to be, because the people are very nice.
Adding to the excitement, beloved artist Veronica Bishop sharing her thoughts on the mutual appreciation both countries have for each other's music.
We recognize you over there, and you all recognize us over here. So I know they know my song from back to front. We know theirs from back to front, too. I love them.
In the midst of this musical extravaganza, culinary ambassador Chef Nick highlights the rich cultural exchange.
We love the Bahamas. The Bahamas loves us. Our food is similar. Our music is similar. Our dances are similar. The way we talk, the way we act, our culture in the whole is similar. So I think this event will foster more and more events like this throughout the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos for us to come together and unite more as one.
And even Bahamas Air playing a crucial role in making this event a success, providing additional flights to accommodate the surge of Bahamians eager to attend the concert.
It's a natural fit for Bahamas Air to provide air transportation wherever it's needed, not just at an event like this, but throughout the entire Caribbean. We're used for Carifta to transport the athletes back and forth. And again, we're here in Turks Island, making sure that we provide a comfortable, safe, reliable air transportation to Turks Island to come and celebrate the festivities of this Heritage Weekend.
Now, the concert was the grand finale of the three-day event, a weekend both Bahamians and Turks Islanders say they're looking forward to every year from now on. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Azure Quant.
Well, thanks, Azure. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Life's twists, turns, and defining moments. RBC is a blend for all of you.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Bahamian coaching legend Frank Pancho-Raming, whom the National Primary School Championships was named for, was present and right in the mix of this year's event. When asked why the event was named after Frank Pancho-Raming, Mr. Floyd Ambrister, an athletic consultant with the Ministry of Education, had this to say.
You got to go way back from when Mr. Raming was the assistant director in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and he also was known as the national coach for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and he was one of those stakeholders, them and gentlemen who started this primary school nationals, and he played a pivotal role of putting the package together. And so it was only fitting. It's only fitting that they named it after him because he was there from the inception.
An extremely quiet and modest individual, Mr. Frank Pancho-Raming had very little to say when asked any questions about himself. However, Floyd and Bristol, who is also a former athlete coached by Raming, spoke to the impact that Pancho had on his life.
So me coming from the inner city, you know, I needed some kind of positive guidance in my life, and so, you know, coming here and at that time I was a middle class average runner, and he showed me some techniques of running the 800 meters and the 1500 meters and also road races, and I could assure you that I qualified for the Carifta Games and won medals and things for the Bahamas, and Pancho Ramin played a pivotal role in that.
I'm Carla Barr for Ed Talk.
In hopes of catapulting the country's 16 major islands to the global stage, tourism officials have taken a pretty proactive approach to maximize the unique experiences of each family island. Tourism's Director General Atia Duncombe explaining at last week's Andros Business Outlook how partnerships play a major role in the Big Yard's promotional campaign.
Very recently, we've engaged the services of Joel Moxie. So he's now a member of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, with a focus on the development of fly fishing and flats fishing in this destination, a multi-billion-dollar industry. We are committed. The Ministry of Tourism has also partnered with BAMSI, as the Minister had mentioned, and we created the certification for guides, and DPM Cooper in the House spoke about scholarships that will be made available through the Tourism Development Corporation. Again, making sure that Bahamians have access to opportunities. When our visitors come to enjoy the destination, we must ensure our locals on the ground can provide the goods and the services and can benefit economically.
Oh, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil, and it goes without saying that our thoughts are with our brothers and sisters in the wider Caribbean as Beryl barrels through, and quite an unusual storm Beryl is at that.
Unusual it is. It's the first time we've had a hurricane form, and particularly a category form this early in the season, and it really speaks to the issue of climate change and the impact it is having on tropical cyclone development and its intensity. So mitigation should remain the buzzword for all and sundry. Now, getting back to the local business, mostly cloudy skies this evening after a day of heavy rains and thunderstorms. Temperature right now at 82 degrees. Relative humidity still pretty much on the rich side at 83%. We have in east-southeast winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,015.7 millibars. That is 29.99 inches. Now, your temperatures around the islands this evening. Marshall, Abaco at 82, 83 in Greentoll Key. Freeport, Grand Bahama, 83 as well. The Berry Islands, 82. Allenstown, Bimini, a little warmer there in the Gulf Stream at 86 degrees. Harbor Island, 84. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 83. 83 also in Fresh Creek, Central Andros, and Camp Space out Andros. Black Point, Exuma, 84 degrees. Artistan, Cat Island, 83, picking up some 84s. In San Salvador, we get back to another 83 in Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma, 84 degrees. 83 in Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 86. 87 in Acklands. Matthewtown, Unagua, 82 degrees. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Alive Business, where they're always protecting you during the worst storms. And for the northwestern islands tonight through tomorrow, which is Tuesday, you can anticipate southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights at 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Low tide will take place at 11:30 tonight. Another low tide at 11:24 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands tonight through Tuesday, southeast winds as well, but it's going to be a little stronger. 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. So caution flags are in place for boaters in the central and southeastern islands through Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, middle of the week, the winds become more easterly at 10 to 15 knots, and this is for the northwestern parts of the country. Wave heights remaining 2 to 4 feet. The high tide on Wednesday, 6:12 in the morning, with a low tide at 12:19 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, Easterly winds once again, and those winds continue to increase 15 to 20 knots, so the caution flags can continue into Wednesday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. The extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email BahamasSales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
Shop Super Value and quality supermarkets this Independence for great specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12-ounce, $2.15. Hunt's Ketchup, 32-ounce, $2.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.89 per pound. Case price, $52.99. Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Sunny Delight Smooth or Tangy, 64-ounce, 2 for $5. Happy Independence from Super Value and quality supermarkets.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
I can't believe how big Christopher's gotten. He'll soon be ready for college.
Not at the rate I'm going. I'm praying for an athletic scholarship.
It's never a bad time to start saving. I just started Nicole on a college savings plan. I have options based on her age. It contains a mix of stocks, bonds, however you choose.
Mommy, come push me.
I'm coming.
Girl, how do you know all of this?
What's Nano?
We here at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service. We do pre-employment investigation, background checks. Also got people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field. Anytime, anywhere.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Monday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Bahama's men's national basketball team beginning their journey towards securing its first Olympic berth in basketball in less than 24 hours as they will hit the court in Valencia, Spain for the opening game of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Ahead of the big showdown, the Bahamas Basketball Federation officially releasing the names of the 12-man roster that will lead the 2-4-2 into battle Of course, the team headlined by NBA stars DeAndre Ayton, Buddy Hield, and Eric Gordon. Also making their senior men's debuts will be VJ Edgecombe and Donnie Freeman, both expected to be lottery picks in next year's NBA draft. Rounding out the team will be collegiate standout Sammy Hunter, Franco Miller Jr., Dayton Albury, and of course, national team veterans Lou Rawls, Tum Tum Nairn, Tronquino Burrows, Kentuan Smith, and Travis Munnings. Again, Team Bahamas is expected to take on Finland tomorrow. That game is expected to take place at 11:30 p.m. local time. And of course, our Marcellus Hall is in Spain with the team. Will keep us updated every step of the way. From the hardwood to the squared circle, it was standing room only on Saturday at the Andrus Ballroom at the Bahama Resort as pro wrestling made its much anticipated return to Bahamian shores. The event, All Caribbean Wrestling's Baja Bash, that saw several former WWE and AEW superstars entertain the jam-packed local crowd. The 8-match bout certainly left the fans wanting more, but of course, the highlight of the night was our very own Bahamian wrestling superstar, Kalia Capri, dazzling in her hometown debut, and of course, picking up the pinfall and securing the win and the bag.
It feels so good. It feels like amazing. The crowd in there is rocking. I say, when I come out, I have to come out under the Capri Sun more than ever. I swear, I felt the energy in every nerve of my body, and I say, you know what? I got to pull this win out for my people. I hear everybody chanting 242, 242, and I say, that, hey, we already know what they do. 242 to the world, and I test on Capri.
For the hometown hero, who says the attendance certainly bodes well for the future of the promotion here in the Bahamas.
Man, this program is going to be huge. When I say huge, we're going to literally have to book out the National Stadium. It was so big today that we had to turn people around. You understand? Like, but we want everybody to be here. We want everybody a part of this. And if we got to get bigger and get a bigger room, y'all already know what to do. Y'all can hit up Miss Kalia Capri, and I can get y'all to the right one, JB Cool of All Caribbean Wrestling, and we could get this event on a huge, like a huge crowd audience for everyone to be able to watch. Like, it's gonna be amazing. When we get in that national stadium, I'm telling you.
In golf news, with Hurricane Beryl officially making landfall in the Caribbean, the sports community here at home being affected as well. Speaking to Bahamas Golf Federation officials, we understand that the Caribbean Junior Amateur Golf Championships, which was scheduled to be held in Jamaica starting this week, has been postponed. The new tentative date is set for August 5th through the 10th. Bahamas junior golf team was scheduled to leave for Jamaica this afternoon. We'll continue to keep you updated on this story as it progresses. And out east, despite some rough weather on Sunday, the Bahamas Flag Football League holding its men's and women's championship games over at the Winton Rugby pitch. On the ladies' side, it would be the Phoenix Fire clashing with the Chapello Eagles. And this one certainly was a physical contest as the ladies would leave it all on the field. But ultimately, it would be the Eagles' defense in this one, pitching a shutout, securing the win with a 13-0 score, the first championship in team history.
It's a good feeling, but, it was a hard-fought season, we had to go. These players, they put me through a lot, but, I'm glad that they came up with the victory. We had a goal, we set it out. It didn't go as planned at first, but, at the end, we all came together and made it happen.
So we had a wonderful performance today. Defense held very well. Offense put up points. I'm just really proud of the team. We had an excellent season. We lost one game in the season by 1 point. But all in all, we the pennant champs. We the pennant champs, and overall, we the champs for the BFFL flag football for 2024. Also, we won October tournament too. So right now, we just leaving a little Eagle dynasty. So nonetheless, I talked the good talk all season, and I surely delivered. My team stand 10 toes down. So again, we the big champs for 2024.
On the men's side, after weeks of anticipation and build-up, it was time to put the trash talk aside and settle the score on the field as the Bamboo Shack Predators would take on Team Red Dot. This one would be a low-scoring, physical defensive battle as well. Despite falling twice in the regular season to the Red Dots, the Predators, who have been one of the most winningest teams in league history, would sit atop the mountain yet again, securing the team's 5th title with a hard-fought 7-6 win.
And that was a gutsy performance. This team was the #1 team going to the league, #1 offense, #1 defense. So we know we had work cut out for us, but we know we could do it.
Listen, we practice hard this week. We look at those guys. We study them. We know their tendencies, and we practice. We put in the work to show, and it paid off.
This champion is magnificent. You know why? In order for you to win these rings, you gotta have heart. That's a brotherhood right here. We have heart. Heart win games.
That's where we look at your sports on this Monday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
This year, we were proud to introduce our theme, Under the Sea, and bring awareness to the importance of sustainable fishing and conservation of our amazing marine resources like lobster, the Nassau grouper, and conch. Moving forward every Boxing Day, the group will focus on a new cause as aligned with our key brand pillars and engaging an iconic Bahamian musician to create and perform a song to promote that cause.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, I stay on the tropics. We have the remnants of tropical storm Chris smack over Mexico, and that will dissipate by tomorrow. But Hurricane Beryl continues to intensify. At 8 o'clock this evening, Beryl increased to 155 miles per hour, just on the border of a Category 5 hurricane, as it continues to race towards the west-northwest at about 21 miles per hour. And that's the good thing about this system, is moving very quickly. As you can see, the core of those winds already moving away from the lower portion of the Windward Islands. Forecast track is going to keep that system very much south of Cuba and the Bahamas, so good news for us. Not a problem here at all, but we'll see some elevation in the winds over the southeast Bahamas by the middle of the week. And our satellite picture showing we still have that mid to upper level troughing over the northwest Bahamas, sinking into the central parts of the country, so that's where the concentration of those showers and thunderstorms will reside tomorrow. Our forecast for tonight, cloudy and still warm. A thunderstorm can develop late tonight with your low temperature around 81 degrees. And then tomorrow we're looking at a thunderstorm on the prowl in the morning, but things should start to improve in the afternoon with partly sunny conditions. High temperature, a scorching 90 degrees. And when you factor in the relative humidity with that 90-degree temperature, you can anticipate feel-like temperatures around 106 degrees tomorrow. So hydration is the key. Extended weather forecast, we're going to keep those toasty summer temperatures right through the 7-day cycle, but the skies will open up as we head into Wednesday through Friday with lots of sunshine returning. But on the weekend, we'll see some more showers and thunderstorms return to the forecast.
Well, thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better. From all of us here, thank you for watching, and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.